WWE where Andrade is no longer with the promotion. Apparently, he may have been cut. They promptly started, uh, doing the media funny shit on his way out the door, talking about he failed a wellness test and all this other shit. Apparently,
I
he
mean,
had ghosted him, and so, he wasn't. He didn't show up. Apparently, he said "fuck this," and then they cut him or whatever.
and they want to do AAA, and he
Yeah,
didn't want to do AAA. That's
apparently they were
also
disappointed
words.
about his English not progressing. They thought that he was like they said
Didn't hear that part.
they that came out today. That they kind of
Oh,
got sold a bill in the Observer. They they got buyer's remorse on him rather quickly. There were problems going back to his first day back. I remember he got no pop that night, and
yep.
it was like noticeable from then. And then they never figured anything out for him worth a damn. They didn't do shit with him, like they're saying in the comments. Exactly.
They didn't.
And of course, the place he was before that was AEW. So immediately it was like, well, is he going to go back to AEW? Like, what's going on? And I think that's been a big subject of conversation this week, whether people either want him back or do you think Tony would bring him back? Because I remember when he left, like he left with
On good terms,
he left on
relatively.
good terms. Tony, basically said he's welcome back to the promotion anytime. There were issues with him in AEW, like as far as like, pretty much all the issues that pop up with people that have come from WWE that have these type of issues, like whether it's Aleister Black or stuff like that. There was some of that stuff going on with Andrade, right? But it didn't get to a
I will
point
say this though,
where,
he was more accommodating doing jobs though than the other guys were.
yeah, I was gonna say it didn't get to the point where he was just like done, like,
Yeah.
but I think with Andrade now, he's in a much different position coming back to AEW potentially than walking in the door the first time, where it felt like, all right, they left someone on the table with this guy. He's hitting, that perfect age, right? And I want to say
Hmm.
he's my age right now. And this, keep in mind, that's like 3 or 4 years ago at this point where he walked into AEW, and it's like you could have wrote your own ticket essentially. So you've spun your tires essentially now. Like you left AEW, you went back to WWE, didn't necessarily make you a bigger star. You got under your WWE run flames out in 18 months. So you're coming back now. I understand the sentiment of people where it's like they don't either want to see him in AEW. Like I get it. I don't know about want to see him. I think that's a different conversation than, all right, if he comes, is he willing to play ball and stuff like that. But I think if he does want to play ball, it's like you got to make this guy earn it. Like you got to see if he's willing to, be on the team per se. It's like, all right, because there's nothing I think for Andrade that says you need to accommodate him at this point. Like there's nothing that says that he's this game-changing star or somebody that you need to yank one of your main eventers and move them down. Like Andrade is not competing with the bottom of the roster for a spot. He's not competing with, who can we say, like
Ip Sabian.
Kip Sabian, right? He's not competing for Kip Sabian's spot. He would be somebody that's in like the United the unified title, stuff like that, a fringe world title challenger, could be in a tag
Do you
team.
think that? I would say he'd be somebody that's like you. He's somebody that faces Kyle Fletcher or someone that like you may even put in Ring of Honor.
At this
Face
point,
like Bandito.
at this point, it's like he need, like it would almost be like, where do you need me? Like, like it's
Right. Right.
do you need me?
He's
Like,
a hot match guy, and if it goes well enough, then you start thinking of programming him. But you got to have him get hot matches first.
what it reminds me of is like, you remember when Bill Belichick would pick somebody up and where it's like he buying low on them essentially, and
Oh
and,
yeah,
and
like
it,
Albert Hainsworth or like Chad Johnson. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
I think
then Darrell Revis, and then like Stephon Gilmore. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
and it's like, all right, if you buy low on them, you give them a chance to prove themselves. You put it
Yeah.
like, and it works out, cool. If not, wash your hands of it. And he can always
Not
go back
Stephon
to
Gilmore.
he can
Yeah.
always go back to CMLL.
Yeah, sometimes it works out like Darrell Reeves and Randy Moss. Other times it work out like Chad and Albert Hainsworth. Yeah, I get what you mean. You just see it's open box special. And I think that's what Bolani used to call it, open box special.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because like
I agree. I I just I remember the conversation with Floyd. Floyd was like, just nah, no loyalty. He got to go. And I was like, all right, what about Cody? He's like, well, that's different. I was like, why is it different? And the answer was basically because I like Cody. And I was like, all right, man. All right.
Like at least
Like for
he
me,
went out.
yeah, for me, it's like I don't give a shit. If he have good matches? Oh, he can because he's Andrade, and I've seen him for a decade. Put his ass on TV then. Like I don't care. I don't even care who's the champion right now. It's going very, very well with Paige, right? Like, and Moxie's down the card, every like, and hell, we'll get to it on I guess we talked about Dynamite in the past, but like we even got the best of Bobby Lashley in AEW this past week. Like the injuries and shit, that's some bad, but like what we get on TV is going pretty damn well. So it's like, if you want to add him. If you don't, fine. But like, don't say it ain't got nothing to do other than some weird feelings on your end. Like, as a fan, I saw him have some great matches with people in AEW, and they still there. So I would like to see him. I would like to see a Swerve versus Andrade match if it ever happened. That'd be cool. I would really love to see him in Bandito. You know, like there is a run up. Hell, put him on Collision. That's where he's supposed to be the star until he got a rug pulled from underneath him by Aleister Black. He's like, nah, I ain't doing no jobs. I ain't nah. Yeah, that's for Buddy Matthews and for Brody King. That ain't for Malachi Black. No, sir. No. Yeah. So like, it's been, as you mentioned, it's been weird with him it's been uneasy. Like, he had production. It just, whenever he had a shot, like, it just didn't work out, and some stuff was on his end. He's been unlucky. He's been very unlucky.
It's never worked out for him as like some major player anywhere,
except for CMLL.
And it feels like people have like sent out. It was like, yeah, man, he's like one of these people jump back and forth like Jeff Jarrett and X-Pac in the '90s or whatever. And
and that for me, that's fine because like, you guess what? I really like X-Pac and 123 Kid and Waltman. I really like Waltman and like Jeff Jarrett was good. So what are you talking about?
Get that, clip that. I need that.
Me saying Jeff Jarrett's good?
Yes, I need that. Like,
I never said he wasn't good. I just said he should never be in the title picture for anybody because he never drew a dime.
But I mean, Andrade is he the Mexican Jeff Jarrett? Who knows? Who knows?
Have you ever seen Jeff Jarrett have a 5-star match?
I can't say I have, but I saw him have a really good match. I saw him have a really great match with Shawn Michaels. But it's just part of me thinks, is it worth the headache? Because you don't need him, but he could be found money at the same time. Like,
open box special.
So
what does it cost you?
Yeah, the only thing it costs you, I think, potentially is like maybe fucking up.
Him wait for Sammy Guevara.
Yeah, like maybe like it's like, all right, you had this thing in your locker room and it went bad. I'm like, how bad was it before? You got to weigh that out and be like, hey, this is the landscape now. Are you willing to work within the landscape? If he says yes, I feel like he's an instant hire. But
yes, put him in Don Callis family and we roll.
Yeah, like. I don't know. Like I always
make him and Hedgesero the tag team champions in a month, in like 2 months.
I've always liked the guy, and I think that it's been a struggle. Like, because he projects as like, all right, in a society where he like, all right, because like I'm thinking about Andrade. I'm thinking about a guy that's my age, and I'm thinking about like what the fucking like landscape of this country is. It's like, all right, this man's not a strong English speaker, but he's a luchador that isn't a mass guy. But it's like what chance will he really have? That's the only thing. And it's like for me, the wrestling is so strong typically, like, at least it can be, right? Because sometimes he's been hit or miss, but the wrestling has been so strong where it's like, all right, in an altruistic world, like, you should be able to like use this guy, but the world's not altruistic. So the ball has not bounced his way several times. Yeah.
Like, I mean, outside of when it started in, on SmackDown with Rey Mysterio, like, I mean, they gave him the AJ stuff, they gave him the Dangles and stuff on TV, and then it's got bored, and then that pretty much was the end of it for him.
Yeah.
And then he shows up and then when he shows up in AEW, it's kind of very similar to actually because it was before his first. Like his interest is very similar to the like the Jay White stuff, where it's like he kind of came in unceremoniously. Like he just walks
Vicky.
out with Vicky. Kind of similar to when like Jay White just walks out or runs out on Ricky Stark. It's kind of like
Now you debut me like that, and I'm like, hell nah. Like this is the first time they get to see me do something, and this is it. Man, Jay White was hurt from day one.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Jay White after all, but it was only.
So Seth Rogen says, "Get Double J into a AITA match to give him the 5." And when I first saw that, right, I was thinking like, I didn't realize it was Anarchy in the Arena. I thought it was the other acronym for those words. I was like, "Am I the asshole? Like, what kind of match is that?" Like, oh, okay, Anarchy in the Arena. All right.
If Jeff Jarrett is in an Anarchy in the Arena match, I want him doing one move. Hitting people with a guitar. That's it. Like just
that's it.
And they had to have several guitars. Just
five
like
guitars
available.
5 guitars.
That's the only
like
move.
All of a sudden they walk to like a gift shop in the concourse, and all of a sudden there's a guitar shop. Why the fuck would they be selling guitars in the concourse? Don't matter.
Exactly.
El Kabong, El Kabong, El Kabong.
Wasabi can't have him job to Sammy and ROH and see what happens. It's funny because Sammy's in LFI now, so like it's just.
I've seen that joke. Yeah,
that's just too good.
Hell, give us a Rush and Andrade match. That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah,
man. Bro, there's so many. Like he hasn't had a match with like Ospreay, for example, or Swerve. Like there are people I really want to see him like have a big match with.
Yeah, man.
It ain't even gotta be like some pay-per-view thing. But I mean, like a match was like, okay, it's like the opener of a or the 9 o'clock joint. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
there's too many matches for him to wrestle. Like, bro, him versus Takeshita. Are you fucking kidding me?
Look, man.
Jesus Christ.
You ain't gotta sell me on his wrestling ability. Like that's the thing. you ain't gotta sell me. But yeah, it's Yeah, it would be interesting, man. Hopefully it works out for him wherever he ends up. So, hopefully it's not TNA. So, but
oh my God,
yeah.
Nah, look, if it comes down to that, go back to CMLL. Ain't no fucking way. And that's another part about it. Why I think it works is like, hey man, like you talk about Forbidden Door shit. Like that's somebody that can do a high profile job as an AEW guy to a CMLL guy when it comes to like the Forbidden Door stuff. Like. He's a gateway for a lot of that stuff, like Mystico, for example. Like I know the New Massacre Dorada is there, or whatever. Like I would love to see Andrade versus New Massacre Dorada. That'd be fucking awesome.